Alright, so it's been a bit of time since we last talked about 7DS Origin, but we might actually finally have some very good news about the game, and we might already now know when the game is planned to release, which again, this seemingly is a bit of a delay from what their original plan was, because again, they did give us that idea earlier this year in multiple sort of interviews or basically like investor sort of calls, if you were to say, about where the game was planned. In a way, it is a delay from there, but still it is in 2025, so I really can't complain about that. What I will say is all of Netmarble's games this year, all of them did get delayed. Soul Leveling got delayed, Soul Leveling on Steam got delayed, GOT got delayed, and their KOF game got delayed. So pretty much all Netmarble games this year got delayed, which is hilarious, but true. Today we're going to jump into it. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. This is an idea now of almost confirmation of where 7DS Origin is releasing. Whether or not you like this, might be the truth of it all. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Here we go. So first things first, that we're going to just say here, Origin has been in the very weird area. The thing is, Netmarble as a company, they like to release a lot of their games and they like to space them out. The only issue that stands right now is there's two games that will eat off of each other if it drops at the same time. That is 7DS Origin and that is Mongol Stardive. They both have very similar gameplay. The exclusive difference between both these games is one's an IP game, one's a Netmarble IP game, and one's more like designed for fighting with like an animal or something like that. This is like a game that you have like little creatures you could find and fight with them and such. Over here, this is a game where it's more designed like, obviously, a Genshin per se, right? So the games are very similar at a core. They just have a few different features. So the only issue is when Netmarble has to drop this, they have to space this out. Otherwise, it will cannibalize all the success this game has to offer. And for the most part, they are looking at this to be a pretty solid release of the year. In their IPOs, their two big games of the year are Mongol Stardive and this over here for the global region. They have other games under their belt, which the KR region will exclusively get, sadly. But for right now, the two ones that come globally are these two. And again, they are scheduled both for 2025. This game seemingly has been leaked to release in around October, November, from what they've been saying on the Discord and everything. They just had their CBT like, I think 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. So they've already gotten the CBT out. The only thing they haven't done yet is pre-registration. But they haven't done any CBT or anything, but they've done pre-registration. So two separate games, two separate approaches to marketing it. Curious, but this has to come first most likely. Or this gets extensively delayed and this comes first. With that knowledge now known, what happens? Where we're currently at is apparently a moderator on the official cord, which is basically an official person, correct? So far, they haven't gotten other moderators in there yet. It's mainly just the official moderators. They put this message out over here, which sort of solidifies what we've been thinking. Since we are still in the summer, this was again published, like, I think a month ago or 2 months ago, very early on when the Discord launched. The message now has been scrubbed from the Discord server, so sadly we can't find out if it's, again, 100% true, but a lot of players that were there were talking about this for a good amount of time. They said, again, since we're still in the summer, the next big reveal is likely to happen in early fall, about 2 to 3 months before the launch. So early fall, if you're wondering, is around September. Next big reveal happens there, and then 2 to 3 months from that point, the game goes live is theoretically what the moderator said. Again, the moderator being from Netmarble, as so far they have not issued or gotten new moderators that, again, aren't Netmarble moderators. They are only strictly running staff and whatever from Netmarble. So with that knowledge, 2 to 3 months after September, that's early fall. You're looking at a release around November, December, which makes sense because Mongol Stardive is looking and aiming for an October release. So if they were to do things here, if Mongol Stardive doesn't get delayed, they have to release 7DS Origin December or November, end of November. Or Mongol Stardive catches the delay, and they might swap in putting Origin a little bit earlier and launch that in October. The only issue is, from what we've seen and the lack of more new extensive gameplay, I do think that Origin still needs more polish from them, and that's why they're trying to force that polish to be done, hence pushing Origin out a little bit more. Because remember, one game went through a whole CBT, a whole 2 weeks of testing from a large portion of the community, but has not done pre-registration. While the game over here has done basically just pre-registration, but not gone through the initial CBT process. And I can tell you now that Netmarble Games, they need their CBT process to go very well. Soul Leveling had a lot of issues in its early CBT or early access. Way too many issues. It took so long to polish that game, to the point where 3 months after launch, then the game was in a suitable state for players to actually have fun with. Game of Thrones. The early CBT was great, but it was not perfect. And again, by 2 months after release, it was a perfect game, or close to a perfect game, right? That's Netmarble. So they have a lot of things to go through. You're looking at this game probably around November, late November, December. That seemingly is what they want to go for here. And it's not final. They can still delay this until 2026. A Netmarble thing again, they have been delaying games. A lot of them, Soul Leveling, Game of Thrones, KOF, whatever it is. Mongol Star Dive was originally, I thought, planned for the first half of the year. Maybe that wasn't, but with all the cancellations, also Demis Reborn and other games that got canceled, who knows what exactly happened. But with this one, that's where it's currently scheduled. What I also want to show you is this. First up, they have been confirmed. Netmarble will be attending Tokyo Game Show in again at 2025. Tokyo Game Show is a very big thing. This is where a lot of games announce their release date because it's a big time for gaming. What I will check right now is when Tokyo Game Show is, because that was a thing that I didn't check just now. But Tokyo Game Show is scheduled to be September 25th and September 28th. Guess what? That lines up with this message over here from the moderator. Early September, some sort of early fall, which is again September. That's when an announcement comes through. Maybe at Tokyo Game Show, we get the release date announcement. The only thing is also, they will be at Gamescom. Yes, there we go. I was looking for the post. They will be at Gamescom opening night, which is a very big milestone as well. A very big thing. Gamescom has a lot of things being announced there. I think the new Call of Duty is being announced there. I think Battlefield's going to be there. Bandai is going to be there for MHA, I think. There's a lot of different games happening at Gamescom. Very big time. And Origin will be there live on opening night and be there August 19th to show some news and everything. There could be some sort of maybe release it there. If they want to accelerate things and push Mongol Star Dive back, you could be seeing the announcement of early access or CBT over there at basically Gamescom, and then maybe in September, you see the release date once they're able to patch up everything that the CBT gives them. Because again, they did confirm a CBT is ongoing, which you need to go and sign up for via the official site, right? Again, CBT is active. They've already confirmed that. And they so far, again, they haven't even opened up the iOS for registration. That's the only thing, right? Once you have that, you get an idea of when the game is scheduled for. It still says coming soon at this point. But again, it is open here. If you do pre-register, you have a chance to pick up access into the newest CBT that the game has to offer. So make sure to be doing that. But again, they also did say that there is a developer interview coming soon at some point. Q&A, if you were to say. They did say that what kind of content will the game have, which will each character have costumes, and then when will Origin be released? Those are like the most popular questions, which means those are questions they plan to answer. We should be getting that answer real soon, okay? So, where does it stand? Simply put, Tokyo Game Show happens in September. You could be getting the release date announcement there, and the release date could be happening, as that moderator said, 2 to 3 months from that big reveal. It could also be in August the release date gets announced, which confirms an October to November release date. That simply is there. When is Origin coming out? You might ask that question. Currently structured, in my opinion, 100%, it has to be October, November, December, between that time frame. Only issue is they have to get their other game out, and they don't want to cannibalize each other. They're trying to hype this up to be a big game too, especially Netmarble, who loves their own IPs. They want to make sure this game does well, and they don't want to, again, cannibalize each other. They've been spacing out all their releases this year to not cannibalize each other. That's the entire point and thing that they do. So, what do you think? Let me know down below. But as it stands right now, end of year. Which again, we thought it was originally scheduled for summer, but it looks like it's going for end of year now. Take care, have fun. It's been it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video.